See, this is the problem, right? This is why I tell guys not to get married, because you guys have a warped fucking view of marriage where you guys think you could be equal to your man, tell him what it is. Like, is it worth it for a guy to bust his ass, build up a regime or whatever it may be, some type of empire, bring you in, and then you don't even listen? You call yourself a Christian, you say, I mean, you're saving yourself, but you're not even willing to, you don't like the term obey. That's crazy. Like, when women have power, we run into issues because you guys can't properly interpret information. Like right now, you're literally fighting with me about something in your own religion. Let's say you met a guy at a music festival, and he came up to you. He started a little bit, he was a little weird, smelled a bit, right? And he tried to introduce himself. Like, what would you say to that?
Try to introduce himself.
Yeah, try to introduce himself. But it was a bit awkward. It was a bit weird. Smelled a little bit.
If I wasn't into him personally,
yeah, like would you?
I'd probably be pretty sweet about it and just be like, hey, like I appreciate your confidence and like coming up to me, like don't stop trying, like a girl is going to.
But you reject them, right?
Stop trying.
I would be nice about it though.
Fair.
Like I don't like rejecting people and shutting them down and like
Sure.
bringing down their confidence.
But
Like,
here's what you don't know, right? Like, let's assume
Yeah.
that guy, multimillionaire, super successful, devout Christian, runs a church, everything else like that, but you turn him down.
what do you mean? Like,
What I'm trying to explain to you is that the world doesn't owe you understanding and that we judge books by its cover.
and that's okay. The right person is not going to judge me like off of anything. They're going to get to know me.
See, and this is the this is
This
why women don't live in reality. So like, it's funny, right? Because like women will reject a guy, no problem, but judge a book by its cover, but you expect men to like give you the benefit of the doubt. And what I'm trying to explain to you is like, guys a lot of times don't give women the benefit of the doubt like you guys think. Because the difference between us and you is that we reject you guys silently.
Yep.
So what'll end up happening is, like her, for example, her guy rejected her silently. She just didn't know it, right? That's why he had other chicks or whatever else it may be. Like men, they'll date you, they'll show you some attention, but in the back of their mind, they're like, I'm never going to take this girl seriously. So what sucks with you guys is like, you guys think you're being accepted. You think, oh, I'm great, blah, blah, blah. But like, since you get rejected covertly, you never know overtly, you don't know how to improve. As a guy, if I go up to a bunch of girls and I start to have a problem, at some point I'm going to figure out, I keep failing. Why do girls not want me? I can improve. With you guys, it's like no one tells you anything. And better yet, sometimes guys might actually date you, but they never take you seriously.
Yep.
And then they reject you. So what I'm trying to explain to you is your hubris is wild because you're okay with rejecting guys off face value, but you think that guys aren't going to reject you off face value based off your
that's
profile.
okay if they choose to do that. Like,
But you wouldn't even know.
But you won't know is my point.
It's too late.
Like you're not going to get the actual feedback. Like you're like, there's probably guys that have been like, maybe I want to date her, but then they looked at it like, I don't know about this, and then maybe some other mannerisms. And it's like, women don't even know what they don't know.
But then you go to therapy, and to a psychiatrics, and you just talk to them and tell them the story, and they can tell you, like, listen, you did this and that. Like,
Really?
you can also reflect.
You know what's interesting? I've been listening to you guys very closely, and you guys have all gave each other shitty fucking advice the whole time. Her breakup, it's very obvious that you're the antagonizer in your situation, and you only recorded it because you gaslit him, and then you went ahead and recorded it after the fact, but you didn't show, like, what led up to that, because the reality is, like, men don't rage out like that unless, like, women precipitate that with some bullshit. So that's number one.
We didn't have fights.
Also,
We
no,
never
because
had
you guys were,
fights.
here's the thing. I was listening
Cameras.
very, very closely to everything you guys were saying. And what I've realized about women is you guys give each other horrible fucking advice. Really bad.
So
Right?
that's men to men. So
I'm
that's
sorry?
why we are all getting divorced. Men giving advice to men is also terrible. We just need a middle point, Like, I think that if we live in a world all of women, we don't have a middle point. Same with men. So we come back to our friends and we cry, Like, in my case, my best friends are two guys. So I come with them and I cry. And they're like, you were being a hoe or something.
You come with them?
No, not like that, you pervert.
So wait, let me get this right. So you talk to guys when you have problems?
Yeah, they're my best friends.
Does that not prove what I just said?
I mean, I want a different
Why do you not go to
perspective
women? If women are so smart, why do you not go to women?
because I like both points. Women are more emotional. Men are more like, like they will tell me like the
Logical.
way they actually
Yeah.
see it. Like,
so
girl,
what
you're just
actually
overreacting.
so who actually dispenses better advice then?
I just take each point what I think is like, what I think I missed. That's what it take. Like if you tell me something that I never thought about it, I would think about that. And then if a girl comes to me and tell me something, I will also take it and I will make my own choice. But I do take responsibility. Like I know, like I'm not perfect and maybe like, yes, we got fights or something a little bit before that. But if I did what he did to me, I don't think I would be here right now. So, what? Yes. That's how you know it was wrong.
So anyway, during the course of this conversation, as I've listened to you guys have given each other really bad advice, enabled poor behavior. Like, for example, I broke up with that guy. All of you guys cheered her on, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't break up with him.
Or he broke up with you. What, even worse. Like, and you guys were all like, oh, yeah, he's narcissistic, blah, blah, blah. I think it's a guy that just has boundaries. Like,
no, there's no boundaries there. I think you're taking the tiniest little bit and just twisting it in the way that you want. Like, the story overall is like really bad, and I'm not going to accept that answer.
I feel that disrespect shouldn't be allowed in a relationship. So it doesn't matter if you started and I ended. It shouldn't happen. And I feel this is what's happening here. You talk about
you talking about her or your situation or disrespect in general?
No, about like her situation. The minute someone like yell at you, the minute someone like, I understand you can get mad, but it's other ways to like deal with things.
So you don't find it interesting that she started recording it at a certain time and that nothing was shown before that?
Yeah.
You don't find that interesting?
I think probably
you don't find it interesting that the whole time she asked probing questions of what did I say wrong, what did I do wrong, kept asking it over and over after he was clearly agitated? Hold on, stop 1 second. You don't think that was weird?
The way I would think about it is she was probably in a situation where she didn't want to be like the victim all the time, so she just wanted to like have some proof that maybe like she was not being crazy. Maybe she didn't know he was gonna say that. You know what I mean?
That's why she turned on the record button.
No, that was
the same question over and over.
It's worse when she's not recording.
That's what I'm saying. It's worse when there's no.
Well, you admitted earlier that you surreptitiously recorded. He didn't know until after the fact, so he actually that was all natural.
So if
you guys are full of fucking shit. Let me ask you guys something, right? I used to interview criminals, terrorists, really bad people, and I've been listening through a lot of this stuff, and I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. That's a little weird. That's a little odd. Like, that doesn't make sense. And the reality is that, like, since no one ever checks women on their bullshit or questions their bullshit, you guys are able to continue with said bullshit with no pushback.
What's the bullshit?
The bullshit is simply this. She was in a relationship with a guy. He had boundaries. She said, I'm going to go to Miami anyway.
They didn't break up because
he broke
of
up
the
with her.
boundaries.
Hold on. He broke up with her anyway, right? And quite frankly, just for me listening into that conversation, just a little bit, I was like, okay, interesting. She turned on at a certain time. We don't have any type of context of what she did, what she said. She kept asking the same question over, agitating him. And then to add the coup de grace, can we get some food? After you clearly agitated him.
Let's go!
Okay, you were singing like a random clip. Like,
no, I know. You're taking like. You really think I knew that like
shit, bro?
he was gonna scream at me? I had no idea.
Yeah, you should leave.
And to be fair,
another thing also that's very important here, it's extremely pertinent. You were drunk during these interactions. You know how annoying women are when they're drunk? It's painful. Repeat themselves, etc.
That time I was not drunk.
So
what did we do?
I was sober.
What
I was
and
really
I would love to
tired.
hear his perspective because I guarantee you there's a whole other side and you're not saying everything, which is cool. I'm not saying that he's not at fault here. He obviously is at fault because he can't control his emotions, whatever. But we have to be very honest here.
Yeah, be honest.
And like understand that you are a contributor to the issue as well, and you were clearly gaslighting him for some type of reaction and recording it in the process.
Do you know what gaslighting means?
Absolutely, what you were doing.
That's not.
He was clearly agitated, and you kept asking the same question over and over again.
That was not gaslighting.
And then saying, "Let's get some food," after he clearly said, "You're annoying," blah blah blah, is peak gaslighting.
But that's what he does.
He told you what he didn't like.
He broke up with her here, and then he's texting her like, "Oh, what are you doing exactly after?" Like he does the same
should have
shit.
been
He wants to fuck. That's it.
well, look, I'll say this. To your story, it may have some merit, but we need to cite the story as well. We should call him right now.
Yeah, call him.
Let's call him.
No.
They just broke up yesterday. No,
I'm not calling
No,
him.
fuck it. Call him.
No.
He's texting you, right?
He texted me earlier, but I didn't respond.
Call him. Why not?
I have a question.
No.
I just think like just because her story is out of context doesn't mean it's necessarily fair. Like you only heard one snippet. It's not fair to like necessarily say that she's like gaslighting him and like equally the problem.
Keep in mind that she was digging through her phone. She found the best clip that she could find.
No, because
and
the other ones are too bad to show.
Like the other ones, like I can't share that.
Anyway, she went through trying to find the best one, and I can still see the bullshit in it.
That wasn't even the best one.
Yeah,
that was probably one of the worst ones. Like it's like
no, it's the worst
for
one.
you.
no, like I'm saying, like it wasn't that bad. Like that was pretty like mellow compared to what I've been through.
It was funny, but the point he's trying to make here is like, even in that one clip for context, we got your side, not his side.
Yeah, and
Well,
also the
I
other thing
know,
too is
but-
like you guys were together for see, and this is the other thing too. Like it's funny because like girls want, oh yeah, I want to try life, blah blah blah. But it's like okay, but you want to still come to Miami, you still want to be able to party, you still want to do what you want to do. Like, why should a guy put everything on the line, marry you, get with you when he's getting like half the deal?
mean,
Like,
This is the first time I've traveled in a year.
Why is the deal
Like, what do you mean?
keeping your girl locked inside? Like
Yeah.
I mean,
At this point, you have to.
It's
He went out to the bars when I was
not
here.
years of marriage to do that, though.
You said he went out with you though.
Yeah, you got years of marriage to do that. That's
Even
when y'all
marriage,
should be locked
y'all
in the
do
damn
same thing.
Okay, so
Well,
let me get this straight. What is a traditional relationship then? I'm asking you.
Trust, and like finding someone for life that you guys can both deeply invest in each other, and like strengthen your relationship together, grow together, learn together.
Okay, what
and
does a
then
man bring to the relationship, and then what does a woman bring to the relationship in this traditional setup?
traditionally, like, I mean, the man is the provider and the woman is like the emotional support.
Okay.
and-
So like what's he supposed to bring to the relationship, and what is the woman supposed to bring to the relationship then? In specifics.
Like, what do you mean?
See, that's the problem. You don't even know.
Well, I mean, like, traditionally, like, in, like, the Bible, I guess, like,
Sure.
the man is the provider, just like I said, and the woman is, like, his emotional rock.
Okay,
and, like,
and what is she supposed to
a
do?
man is the head of the household, and she's supposed to take care of him emotionally,
And obey him, right?
physically.
And obey him.
In the Bible, it does say that, yeah, in a
Okay.
lot of ways, but it goes both ways, like, for many things, like,
Like what?
When does the
like-
man obey the woman?
Please tell me.
I wouldn't say necessarily obey, and like it does say that a woman is supposed to be submissive to her husband in many different contexts and forms.
Period.
Okay.
But like there's
Period.
a lot of ways that goes too far in today's society, and men are like expecting like extreme
You
things.
think it goes too far in today's society?
Period.
Well, men are like, oh, I like want a submissive wife, and like you can still give your wife freedom, and she can still submit to you in a way that is biblically accurate. Like, I think being a submissive wife and obeying is different than submitting to your husband and submitting to your wife in a way that's in like
entrapment.
in an equal
Yo,
way
come
in
on, man.
matrimony, like in a way that is gonna build you two together and grow together.
You go to
like,
church?
Yes.
The Bible's be read how it was laid out, not how you think it is.
No,
I get what you're trying to do
mean,
here.
yeah,
But
for
obey is
sure.
obey. Submissive
This is
is
why women
submissive.
can't be pastors, because
Yep.
you guys are stupid. It's very simple.
I mean, it does
I don't
say
think-
that.
it's very simple.
How dare you?
Why the fuck, ladies,
Yeah.
why the hell am I gonna go ahead and commit to a woman, right? Protect and provide for her when she's not gonna obey me, and she's more than likely gonna be a whore in 2026. Why the fuck would I do that?
Why
Women
would-
want a traditional man, but they're not traditional themselves. Is that a good deal for me to commit my resources,
What
my
is a
protection,
traditional
my
woman to
provisioning?
you?
So, do you not want to settle down yourself? I'm curious.
What is
That's
a
not the point.
traditional
I'm trying to-
woman?
Oh,
Huh?
What do you want? Like, what do you want as a traditional woman?
A woman that obeys me and isn't a whore, which is very difficult to find because most women don't feel like they need
Can't
to obey
women
you.
Seems like that is
can't
the
women respect your wishes and not have it be labeled as obeying?
See, that's the issue right there.
Yeah,
Like
the wording.
Yeah. See,
Yo,
like,
why does
yo,
that matter?
Yo, ladies. Let me be
Because
explicitly.
it's
hold on,
like
stop for 2
It's
seconds.
a dominance thing.
Let me
You're
be
trying to,
fucking
like,
super explicit about this. If you want a guy, right, especially you saying you're a Christian, if you want a guy to have these values of being a protector, being a provider, holding his end of the bargain, you need to hold your end of the bargain, which means
Yeah.
what I say
Yes.
goes, you obey me. That's how this goes. It doesn't go the other way
But it
around.
goes
This
both
isn't
ways.
open. No, it
Both
doesn't
people
go
can
both
have
ways. See this
boundaries.
issue right here.
Yeah.
It's not open up for interpretation. I didn't fucking put my life on the line, marry you, give you my last name, provide, protect for you, so you can talk back to me. That's and here's the reality that you guys don't get.
So we're supposed to be silent.
Yeah, quite frankly, there's a reason why there's women are to be seen and not be heard. Because just
I
you
can't
can't
even
you can't even properly
argue.
identify what obey is. You can't even say what it was. Like you're talking out two sides of your mouth. Like you can't even properly articulate to me what obeying is and what a traditional wife is.
Period.
Here, I'll give you another chance. Go ahead,
Obeying?
tell me.
Well, I don't like that you're labeling it as obeying. Like, I think
Is that not in the Bible? When you take your vows, obey your fucking husband. Is that not in the vows?
no, it says
Is
to
it-
honor your vow,
Honor
your
and obey
husband.
your husband.
It's obey. By the way, they changed the wording.
I would love to
Yeah.
say
Listen to me,
that.
Pastor.
can we fact
They
check?
changed the wording to sound nicer in some versions, but it is obey.
Yeah, it is.
See, this is the
Okay.
problem, right? This is why I tell guys not to get married, because you guys have a warped fucking view of marriage where you guys think you could be equal to your man, tell him what it is. Like, is it worth it for a guy to bust his ass, build up a regime or whatever it may be, some type of empire, bring you in, and then you don't even listen to him?
So you want the woman to obey everything the man says and be silent and obedient?
That is a traditional relationship. That is a tradition. That's what you want.
He doesn't have to do anything that she wants or listen to her or have any sort of equal growth or boundaries.
Here's the thing. A woman can obviously give her position. She could give her, hey, I think that she could give her opinion.
Hers is less valid and she shouldn't be saying it.
Can you let him talk? Because now you're like he's talking and you're talking over him. So that's one thing you're doing wrong.
Yeah. So men lead, women follow. This is the way it's been everywhere. Every religion, every society that's thrived, men have always led. Women don't lead anything. This is just the truth. And the problem is that you guys have issues with interpreting information. You try to contort it and put it into your own way. Like, you're saying you're a Christian, you don't even understand the concept of obeying and submitting to your husband. Like, you're over here saying,
I understand submitting to your
husband.
husband.
You don't. You clearly don't. Because if you did,
I do.
If you did, you wouldn't be arguing with me about this. But you have your own interpretation of it, which is fine. But this is precisely why men need to stay away from marriage, because women or interpret the Bible or religious text in their own way, and they don't think that they have to submit to their husbands anymore. So why should a guy?
I think I have to submit to my husband, and I hope it goes both ways, and we both have mutual boundaries and respect for each other and can grow together.
Sure. Submission doesn't work both ways. You follow him, not the other way around. There's another issue. You guys don't understand hierarchies either. Like, there's always one decision maker and one leader in the relationship, and it's the man. It doesn't go both ways at all.
You ever had a dog?
No.
All right, cat.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have your cat, right? They're in your home. You're the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Does the cat tell you what to do?
You're comparing women
what if
to
the guy's in
a cat.
I'm just asking about a cat. Does your cat say, meow, bitch?
You want me to behave to my husband like my pet behaves to me?
No, I'm asking a question.
That's what I'm hearing.
Hold on, I'm dead ass. Does the cat say meow, bitch, or does it just like
It
purr?
says meow.
Okay, so the point is that, like, if you're the boss of the house, which is the man.
I'm not saying the woman should be the boss of the house.
But we're just saying it goes both ways, which implies equality.
And feminism is in the church now. So that's why you're saying this, because that's what feminism does. It converts what was supposed to be one way to two ways.
Ooh,
which is the Bible.
All right.
What?
WSA fresh.
What I'm saying is that, like, feminism crept into the church, and the women believe, well, it says this, but here's my interpretation, so it should be both ways.
That's probably true. There probably is, like,
I'm telling you.
a morphing of it in society. Like,
I mean,
everyone's gonna have their own interpretation.
By the way, it's not your fault, by the way.
Yeah.
It's happening in every church. But understand what it is, because the Bible's saying, here's what it is.
I mean,
the issue is that women want a traditional man, but you guys aren't traditional anymore. So, like, why the hell would I put everything on the line, marry a woman, she could take half my shit when she's not even traditional? Like, you can barely get a girl that's not a whore that's going to obey you in 2026.
Yeah.
Like, you guys would prefer to keep your Instagram up versus, like, getting rid of it for your husband.
First of all.
What was that?
Let's stop saying obey.
That's the issue right there. Like, you can't even, that is in the
Let's
Bible.
stop labeling women as
That's
whores.
in the Bible. Obey is in the
Submit,
Bible.
obey, they're all
It's
there.
the same thing.
I would obey you, Myron.
Ooh.
Thanks. But I'm not a Christian, though.
Let's go.
But the point I'm trying to make is that women don't obey men anymore, and they don't want to obey men anymore, and that's the problem. Like, you call yourself a Christian.
We do.
You want a guy. Hold on. You call yourself a Christian. You say, I mean, you're saving yourself, but you're not even willing to. You know, you don't like the term obey. That's crazy to me.
Because of the way you're saying it to me.
Oh.
But I'm willing to submit to my husband.
It's the way you say it.
Okay, so you have an issue with the way I'm saying it versus the truth of what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. If someone has an issue with the way context is put out there and is emotional based on it, should that person have any type of power?
Can you repeat that?
If someone is more offended with the way things are said versus what is said, should that individual, and they're, you know, obviously driven emotionally, should that person have power?
Should I have power?
Should a person who can't interpret things basically rationally and goes off emotion
I know what you're saying.
and context over content,
but
should that individual have power?
No, but I
go.
understand what you're getting at, but I do think, like, it's taken way too far in today's society. Like, look at the chat. Like,
The chat has nothing to do with this conversation.
and that's what I'm talking about.
They're
What you're
annoyed with the
saying to
fact
me
that
is, like, adding on to everything. It's all the same.
This is irrelevant.
It's all the same.
This is irrelevant.
Like,
They're frustrated because you don't understand the concept of obey, and you call yourself a Christian. That's why they're laughing at you. But what I'm saying is, notice how you have a issue with what I'm telling you based on how it's said versus what is said. This is precisely why women can't have power, because instead of taking the truth of what I'm saying, you're like, I don't like the way it's being said, and you emotionally shut off. This is why women can't have power ever. because you guys take information, emotions first, logic and rationale later.
I respond, yeah.
Versus if I talk with them, I could tell them, yo, this is what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Men interpret information based on the content versus women interpret it off the context. Look, you can't even keep your eye off the fucking thing. You can't control yourself. Like you're looking at what they're saying in the chat, which I get. It's your female nature. Like women really care about how people interpret them.
I mean,
but the reality is like, this is why you need a man to lead you. You are extremely emotional and erratic. And you can't even intake information that's factually true.
I mean, I wouldn't say I don't need a man to lead me. Like, I wouldn't deny that.
You absolutely do.
But yeah, you do.
You absolutely do.
Yeah, you do.
Yo, the nigga said, bitch, your cup is empty. What are you drinking for?
Get her some water.
Water or a drink.
Yeah, let's get her some water. Make sure all the girls' cups are filled. But like, yeah, dude, like this is just like ridiculous, like crazy female like mindset. You know, like just emotional, like, oh, I don't like that you're saying, oh, the word obey. Like that's nuts to me. And you're a Christian. Like that's crazy. You know, this is why women can't be pastors, by the way.
Yeah.
This is why no religion allows women to interpret a religious script. Because you guys can't do it. You just bastardize it into what you want. I'm sorry?
Women aren't supposed to be pastors.
Well, a man can't be a nun.
You what?
A man can't be a nun.
Nuns
gay.
don't have a leadership role.
That'd be gay.
Oh, let's go, man. The Pope, man.
I don't think you guys are catching on to the fact that like women can't have power. Like when women have power, we run into issues because you guys can't properly interpret information. Like right now, you're literally fighting with me about something in your own religious text.
You know, like we
I'm not trying to
actually
fight
had
with
this
you.
conversation before we came here, and we're talking about how men rather us not to have power. But it's not that we want to have power; we have been forced to it. It's the same thing I've been telling.